ever Rise Magic Studio. I'm Chandler Henry. I am so excited to finally show the whole place that I've been working on for months to you guys. I wanted to finish this a lot sooner if I'm being honest, but I got really caught up with work. You know, I'm traveling all over the place doing what I love, making films, editing them, the whole process. But when I've been home, in my free time, I've been slowly building out my dream YouTube studio. Now, everything that I'm about to show you, I'm gonna show you all the details, and I can guarantee this is all truly DIY because I don't really have any friends and family since I just moved down here to Texas. I mean, I have friends, but like not, you know, the homies from college and like my girlfriend and Grant and stuff like that. They're not down here, so everything here was done entirely on my own. My main goal for making a space like this is one, it's a passion project. I've always dreamed of having a studio that is completely dedicated to the YouTube video making process. So one, I want it to be as aesthetically pleasing as possible. So my goal for that was to make sure that it was appealing from all angles, so I can film from multiple angles. We have the main desk setup area, which can obviously be filmed from multiple angles, and I really love the way it looks. We have the camera gear and media set over here with the pegboards, all our tools organized, all my camera gear out here. We'll get into more details of that later. The main Rise Magic YouTube set with the infamous deck display, which is finally mounted on the wall, which wasn't that easy. More on that later. The best part about having a space completely dedicated to YouTube is that I can do all sorts of angles. I can go over here, I can go over there. I can do the 3 dedicated spots. I can have these smaller little sets, like this cool light up mirror and that awesome photo backdrop that I made, and everything's still gonna have the same consistent look and feel, but we have enough variety to not get stale and stagnant over multiple different types of videos. Oh, and don't forget, almost everything you see in this video, unless it's something that I truly built, will be listed in the description so that you can check it out for yourself. If you wanna make a space or use similar pieces of furniture, anything like that, everything's in the description. And now that we have that out of the way, let's dive into how I turned this boring, yellow, disgusting room into this Rise Magic Studio. When moving into this space and having the dream of building a studio, I knew the first thing I had to change in here was the color. For some reason, rental spaces always want to have that horrible yellow, kind of like sick looking skin color, yellow as their walls. It looks horrible on film. And man, I knew I needed to change it right away. It looks so bad. So I actually went to Home Depot, got all these different swatches of color, these samples, and I actually left it up to you guys in one of my more recent videos. You could see me testing out the paint swabs and asking you guys what you think looks the best. I ended up going with the color called Nocturne by Bear, and I really like the way it looks dark at times, but when the room has some natural light like this, I really like the glow that it has. Okay, so now we got the whole room painted. What I got behind me right now, the main desk setup, this is the most important part of the studio for me because I am not just a YouTuber. For my full-time job, I'm actually a professional filmmaker. I do videos for pro athletes all across the country, so I'm traveling a ton for that job. So when I come back and have all this footage that I need to edit, whether it's at the office or here in the home studio, I need to make sure that I'm working as efficiently as possible to meet certain deadlines. At certain points, I'm gonna have to stay up all night to make a video happen. That's why I wanna make sure I have a spot to go to be inspired about my work. Having a lot of desk space is really important for me too, because lots of times I have my laptop out and I'm also doing stuff on there while doing stuff on the computer. I edit between the two of them, maybe do some Photoshop work on the laptop, and I'm in Premiere on the computer, really just trying to maximize my workflow. The desk slab you see up top, I believe is called Carlby. I got it from IKEA. I believe it's about 8 feet long, which is ideal, but it's really perfect for the size I wanted. I'll leave that link in the description. I'm not gonna say link in the description every time, just reminding you, everything's linked in the description. Supporting the desk are 2 drawer systems from IKEA. They're called the Alex drawer systems. I wanted to make sure they match and get the desk to the right height. So I actually used some books to boost the height of the desk a little bit because, you know, I'm 6'9" and I can't really fit my legs under it if it's not a couple inches higher. Over on your left, my right, we have a big bamboo fake plant. I really like the way it looks. When the natural light's coming through the windows, it just makes me feel like I'm not locked inside staring at a screen all the time, which I am. On the top left, you're gonna see a movie poster from my film, From Nothing, the Story of Joe Pyfer. I made it about a year and a half ago, and I like to think I've gotten a lot better since then, but I would still love it if you guys checked it out. I'll leave it down below. It actually won a couple of awards, which I'm really proud of. Now on top of my head, you're gonna see 3 framed picture posters. These are actually blueprints of the patents of the first cameras. I just thought it'd be cool since I'm really into cameras. My girlfriend actually bought them for me on Etsy about a year and a half ago, And her plan was like, when you finally get that studio, you can put them up in there. And I was like, one day I'll get that studio. And here we are. We got the studio. Then over there in the little book stack, we have Paul Curry's Worlds Beyond, which is a great book about magic. Then we have my personal devotional, and then my Bible sitting on top of it. Now for my main editing set, the two monitors I use are LG ultra wide monitors. I believe they're both 25 inches. I prefer ultra wide because it's more of that cinematic aspect ratio. So when I'm editing, I don't have to worry about those black bars. I'm just doing things the right way, the cinema way. Now obviously on YouTube, I'll probably edit in 16:9, and I realize that's probably going over lots of your guys' heads because you're not a film nerd like myself. 16:9 is what you're watching in right now. 20:9 is when that black bars come in and you're just seeing that little widescreen. It's just more widescreen, more cinematic. Then over on the right, you see this little tin drawer type system. I went over that in detail in a video where I talk about ways to collect cards and showcase your decks, cool deck display hacks. That video will be linked down below. I think it looks really cool. And on top of it, I have a Fortnite heavy sniper rifle replica that my brother Grant got me for Christmas. One of my favorite gifts. I used to be a freak beast with the heavy sniper. Then stacked up against it, we have the best of C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis is by far my favorite author, by far and away. Love his stuff. And then we have the Chronicles of Narnia book set propped up against that. After that, all we have is just a wireless keyboard, wireless mouse, and a huge flat desk pad, which is really great because not only is it a big space to do all my editing stuff, have my arms spread out, take advantage of lots of that deck space, but it's also a makeshift close-up pad because, you know, I always got a deck of cards with me. I forgot to mention that's sitting on top of my Bible over there. Always got a deck of cards that I pull off the deck display and I've got at my desk so I can fiddle around with cards, practice sleights, flourishes. It's actually something that really helps me think when I'm editing. That's pretty much the desk. There's some soundproofing down below as you see with little foam pads. I really wish I could get that surge protector cord somewhere else, but don't think I will. Maybe I'll replace it with a black one so it doesn't stick out as much. We just got a webcam and two stock speakers over there. I did mount the two monitors, I forgot to say that. Those are special desk mounts that bring them up really high and keep them off the desk looking nice and clean. All right, next set right now. Over in this corner, we have my media space. This is a place where I can organize all my camera gear. Now this is extremely important for multiple reasons. One, I am traveling a ton, so I need to make sure that all my gear is in a space where I can pop it into bags, make sure I'm all ready to go on a moment's notice. The other reason it's important is because camera gear is extraordinarily expensive. You don't want to misplace it. You want to make sure it's stored correctly and organized well. And then also, not all my camera gear is mine. I have, you know, my lenses, my gimbal, stuff like that, but I also have stuff that belongs to work. So I need to make sure that I'm taking extremely good care of that stuff and that it's always ready to be used for. And obviously making sure all the footage that I film is backed up multiple times on lots and lots of drives that I have. Now getting into what you see behind me, I got a lot of this stuff from IKEA. Pretty much all of the furniture type stuff I got from IKEA. This is a workbench. I don't remember the name of it, linked below. This is a pegboard, don't remember the name of it, linked below. But I really, really love the pegboard and how it looks. I can put all my camera gear up there and organize it, and also some tools that I use to assemble and disassemble and take apart some of the camera stuff. You got my media pass for airplanes, some headphones, lenses. Everything is displayed in a way where it's functional, I can grab it, but I also think when it's organized that well, it looks pretty aesthetic. Below the main shelf, the top shelf, we have a little bay down there where I organize all the cables, make sure all the batteries for the cameras are always charged or ready to go at all times. I also have an Amazon Alexa down there. And the whole plan for that Alexa is to make this whole place smart, meaning that that mirror, the Himalayan salt lamp, the light up there are all gonna be voice controlled, so I can be like, hey Alexa, turn off the Himalayan salt lamp.
Sorry, I didn't find a device named Himalayan salt lamp.
The only reason I haven't set that up yet was because AT&T has horrible, horrible, horrible internet service. I hate them so much. Anyway, moving on. The light you see up there is also from IKEA. All linked below. I don't remember the names of them, all the Swedish names. Random whiteboard, and then we just got all the camera stuff all ready to go. In my mind, this little set area is perfect for tutorials because it's got kind of like that workshop feel, but if I'm talking about photo, video stuff, which I know lots of you guys want me to go dive into more of that, then this is the set for that. Now, for the functional purposes of this set, like I said, I use it functionally to organize all my camera gear. Like that's not just for aesthetics, that's an actual purpose of it, but I also run rise-magic.com/store where you can buy magic tricks, decks of cards, memorabilia, stuff like that. So I am shipping out a lot of product. I also use this workstation to make sure that all that stuff stays organized and that all that product can be shipped out in an efficient manner. And right here in this corner, we have the main YouTube Rise Magic set. This is kind of just a bare bones setup right now. It is probably the only part of the studio that I would say isn't entirely done yet, but it was very important to me that the deck display is here because while the studio is all brand new, it's all shiny new, I don't want to forget where we came from, so to speak. I know that sounds weird, but just like this deck display, it was in the bedroom, it was in the dorm room, it was in the apartment at college. It's traveled like everywhere. It's just kind of like, that's always been there. I think it's an intricate part to the set, and I just really like the way it looks. Very, very organized, and once again, just like that and the tin that you saw on my desk, the slide out drawers, I have a whole video on how to display your decks in a cool fashion. And sitting on top there, I have some of my favorite decks that have gone viral once or twice on our channel. Now, like I said, this set isn't done. I like how clean and minimal it is right now. I like the natural light coming off the window on the one side of my face. I like a lot about it, but I do want to get a different chair that goes here, a more of an accent style chair, and then I want to get a little accent table or bookshelf that goes under the deck display like I had in past setup. Except now the deck display is actually mounted correctly on the wall. Fun story about that, I thought, you know what? Even though that's like 40 pounds, I'm gonna have the brilliant idea is if command strips can hold 12 pounds each, let me put a few command strips on there, like 4 or 5, and see if it holds it. And guess what? It did hold it for about 3 hours. And then it fell off the wall and literally shattered into like 4 pieces. I guess that's not shattered, but it broke on the ground, all the deck spilled out. So I had to hammer and nail this thing back together. So now it definitely has a near and dear place in my heart that I have rebuilt it for myself. Now, a little fun story, that accent table that I was talking about, I found this amazing, such a cool one on Facebook Marketplace. And I immediately fell in love with this table because it had like wood burnings of the world on it. It was, imagine how cool that would look on B-roll. I know I'm flashing pictures of it right now. So I messaged the lady who was selling it and I'm like, yo, I need to cop this table right now. And she's like, someone's coming on Wednesday. And I was like, yo, it's Monday. Let me buy it today. And I'll just leave the messages up here and you can read them if you want. But I was desperate and she had very strong morals when it comes to first come, first serve. You know, I was offering her $160 more. I guess it wasn't meant to be, but hey, on the off chance, if any of you guys know where I could get a table like that, just let me know because man, I'm heartbroken. I really want that table. Now, I already know I'm gonna be getting a lot of questions about this kind of photography pull down thing. Where did I get it? Well, that's the thing. I didn't get anywhere. I made it and I'm really proud of that. So what I envisioned was a cool thing that, like, you know, when you were in a classroom growing up as a kid, they had those world maps and kind of like projector screens that you would pull down. It's like, I want to make that, but for photography and have different shades so I can get clean shots of products for our website or for whatever purpose. Actually, let me go turn on the studio light. So what I figured out is that pull down function is also on blinds now. It's like they have white blinds, they have gray blinds, they have black blinds. So I was like, what if I get some blackout blinds off of Amazon, like some thick blinds, and mount them on the wall in a row? But I also knew I needed to stagger them so they wouldn't get in the way of each other and have this cool like 1, 2, 3 effect, just for aesthetic purposes as well as like functional purposes. So what I did was I went to Home Depot and had people look at me crazy when I tried to explain them what I was trying to build. Then I was like, you know what? I don't need your approval, random dude at Home Depot. I can figure this out myself. So I took a 2x6 and 2x6 that were 42 inches long and I screwed them together. And then I took a 2x4 and put that in the middle, making this like 3-step wood piece. Then I spray painted the whole thing like a dark charcoal, dark black gray. And then I mounted the blinds on those staggering pieces. So this is entirely functional. You guys ever get hand cramps? Oh my goodness. My hand is completely frozen like that right now. That hurts. Jeez, I can't get it to move. Too much cardistry. If you want a black background for your picture, you just pull down the black backdrop. And this can actually go really, really low and cover up the whole place. So when I have all my studio lights, I'll show you some examples. Just get your portrait looking right here at the camera with a black background. You can do the same with the gray, obviously, and you can do the same with the white. And these can pull down all the way. I'm just showing you right here. And then obviously when you're done, you can roll them back up, all the way up. And you can leave it looking like that, but I actually prefer, rather than that look, I kind of like staggering them, kind of like that. It needs to be exactly even, but for the purpose of the video, I'm not gonna keep trying until I get it even. I actually might, but I'll turn the camera off to do that. You get the point. I really like the way this turned out. I'm extremely, extremely proud of it. It's mainly a photo thing, but also an aesthetic thing that you'll see in the videos, like this angle right here. What's up, guys? Chandler here with Rise Magic. Look at this studio I built. I built that all on my own. And last but not least, we have this light up mirror for IKEA. You might be wondering, why is this here? Why is this on this random wall in the studio? Well, I actually thought it would look really cool, mainly for functional purposes of me practicing my cardistry and sleight of hand when the camera's off, because when you see me nailing stuff in that ASMR video, and I obviously want to keep learning new moves and new sleights, one of the most important things is to see how it looks, not from your perspective, but from someone else's perspective. Then I figured we're not getting a normal mirror, we gotta get a light up one to make all the cinematics look cool when I film through it. So there you guys have it, your very first look at the Rise Magic Studio. Not entirely 100% done yet, but I am so happy with how it turned out. As I've told you guys so many times, it has been a dream of mine to make a space that's dedicated to just making videos, something that I love doing, the production, the filming, the editing, and I'm so, so happy that the day is finally here. Hard work will always pay off in the end, but even if I just worked hard, none of that really means anything if you guys don't watch the videos. So really, this entire space, this whole YouTube experience, it's all because of you guys. You've been loyal, not just fans, but friends. And I really, really do wish that, man, I just could meet every single one of you and shake your hand and say, thank you for making my dreams a reality, because this does not exist without your support. I'm not gonna get emotional on camera, but I will say that when I first finished this off camera, I was like, I can't believe we did it. So thank you so much, guys. I really do believe that this is just the beginning. Like I said when I first previewed the Rise Magic Studio in our 100,000 subscribers, thank you tribute video. Welcome to the first dedicated Rise Magic Studio. No, this is not my bedroom. No, this is not my dorm room. And I know it's not much now, but this has been a dream of mine for years, and I plan on making it into something great. I wouldn't be here without you guys, so I hope you stick around to see what's next. Everyone loves to say, this is just the beginning, but I promise you, when I say it, I mean it. You haven't seen anything yet. This is just the beginning, and I really do mean that. That's the whole purpose of building a place like this, is to expand and grow. This is just the beginning of what we're doing here on this YouTube channel, and I'm so thankful for all of you who have been here since day one and who joined yesterday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot say it enough. In fact, what's crazy is we talked about the Rise Magic Studio in the 100,000 subscribers video and just hit 150,000 subscribers. We've gone up 50,000 in just a few short months. That is mind-boggling crazy, and I've been you know how I said I'd do a giveaway every 10,000 subscribers? That's hard to do when you just grow this fast. It's so amazing. So to make up for it, I've got a huge giveaway coming up. Definitely look forward to that. Now, in terms of the Rise Magic Studio, let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, all the stuff that I put into the studio is all gonna be linked below, unless it's something that like I built or made. One thing that I cannot wait to put the finishing touches on the studio is, like I said, I explained like this furniture stuff, like the accent chair and the bookshelf, but once we get that 100,000 subscribers YouTube plaque in the mail, you already know that's going boom, right up on the wall, right next to the deck display, because that is one of my proudest accomplishments ever. So thank you for helping me achieve my dreams. I'll see you next week, and we can finally show the Rise Magic Studio in all its glory in all the videos. I'll see you next time. Peace out.